What's going on, guys? Welcome to the No Excuses Podcast, episode 16. Today's subject is you at 10.0. Oh man, I've been waiting like crazy to share this with you. This is going to be a gem, something that I feel really, really strongly about, something that hypes me up, and something that I live my life by is becoming the 10.0 version of myself. And this is something that requires work daily and consistently and on an ongoing basis. So let's start with the way you look in the mirror, guys. When you look in the mirror, are you the 10.0 version of yourself? You know, when you look in the mirror, are you a 2? Are you a 4? Are you a 6? Are you a 10? Where are you? Right? When you look at your bank account, where are you? What number do you rate yourself on? When you look at your relationships, what number do you rate yourself on? When you look at your marriage, when you look at your friendships, when you look at your attitude, when you look at your energy levels, when you look at your mindset, when you look at your perspective, when you look at your attitude, is it a 10.0 attitude or is it an attitude of somebody who's a 3.0 or 4.0? Guys, this is like imperative. We need to work daily on becoming the 10.0 version of ourselves. So let's start. If you're sleeping in, right, and you're constantly hitting the snooze button, you're not a 10.0. If you look in the mirror and you're not completely fit, okay, I don't want to hear the excuses. I'm so tired, guys, of the excuses that I'm a mom, I'm a dad, I work all day. That shit is lame as fuck. Enough with the excuses. There's no reason why you shouldn't be fit, ripped, lean, and jacked. And as a woman, there's no reason why you shouldn't be fit, healthy, lean, toned, and sexy. You must understand, nobody accepts your mediocrity. You at 2.0, that's the vibes that you put out there. You at 5.0 is the vibes that you put out there. So why not be a 10.0 person? I had somebody tell me, says, Yaniv, it seems like you're very vain, that you care a lot about the body and you care about like money and all this. And I was like, of course I fucking do, you idiot. Why wouldn't I care? And he's like, oh, well, other things matter. Well, we live in a world that's material and physical and real, okay? I don't live in a make-believe world where things exist in another world. I live in this world. And in this world, you can be a fat slob with low vibrance and low energy and shitty outlook and a bad attitude and sick and being at the doctor's office all the time. Or you can be a 10.0 motherfucker like me, where you're healthy, you have a good mindset, you smile a lot, you have a good perspective, you push it, your energy is glowing, your vibration levels are high, you're tan, you're lean, you're jacked, you got a six-pack. Sometimes you're like, oh, well, you take a lot of selfies. It seems like you love yourself. Why wouldn't anybody love themselves if they were the 10.0 version of themselves? Think about it. Like someone gets a brand new car. They wash it. They keep it clean. The tires are shining. They don't want any junk inside. Why? Because that's a nice car. They want to keep that car nice and clean. They want to keep it fresh, right? So why wouldn't you do the same with your body? Why wouldn't you do the same with your relationships? Why wouldn't you do the same with your marriage and your friendships and your attitude and your perspectives? Being at 10.0 means that you don't get fucking drunk and shit-faced all the time. That you don't go home and just jump on the bottle just to numb yourself from all your freaking problems and all the things that you're trying to avoid. You know exactly what you're doing. You ain't fooling nobody. You must understand you're not fooling nobody. Or going home and what about all the guys? Oh man, I'm a 10.0. No, you're not. You're a fucking weedhead. You numbing yourself constantly to escape who you really are. So until you drop the vices, you stop drinking, you stop smoking, you stop taking antidepressants, you stop jerking off all the fucking time, you stop doing all the garbage, you will never become the 10.0 version of yourself. You will always be a victim of your own circumstances. You will always be the person who's constantly looking for excuses, finding excuses, and blaming everybody around you. You know, like I was thinking, today, like I see men out there. And as a man, when I think of a man, I think of a man when I think of the definition of a man, I think of a man who's strong and fit and alpha and firm and stands by his word and doesn't lie and doesn't cheat and doesn't betray and works hard and makes a good living and is a good father. That's what I think of as a man. That's what I think of as a man at 10.0. When I see some of these men, right, and I'm saying to myself, bro, I feel bad. I feel bad for the women that are with these men. Like, it's honestly embarrassing. Like, you see a beautiful woman and she's with a man who's like 5.0. And it's like, do you think she's into you? Do you think that she wants to be around you? Do you think she even wants to sleep with you? Do you think she wants to touch you? You're disgusting to her. She's with you by default. Do you understand that? You must fucking start doing something about it and working on yourself daily to become the 10.0 version of yourself. I only accept myself at 10.0. I don't accept myself even at a 9.0. I don't want to be a 9.0 or 8.0 at anything. I would like to be a 10 at everything. As a matter of fact, anytime I feel like I'm falling off, I work even harder to maintain my position. Yes, age plays effect. Yes, genetics might play effect. Circumstances might play effect. But I use those all as cop-outs. When I hear like, oh, well, everybody in my family's fat, like, it's a fucking cop-out. Even if it might be true, it's a cop-out because you can break that family curse. You can break that curse and not be the next fat guy in your family. You can cut that out, and then when you have children, you can become the new version of your family. You can set a new standard. You can set the new 10.0 standard. And we're not just talking about bodies, guys. What about bank accounts? So many men are willing to just be fucking basic. Basic. Like, you never met a guy in your life, right? Like, go to elementary school and ask a kid, hey, what car do you want? And put cars in front of him. Put like a badass fucking Beamer, put a Lamborghini, put a sick truck, put like really nice fucking cool cars, and then next to it put like some fucking shitty cars. What do you think he's gonna fucking pick? He's gonna pick the nice cars, right? Their kids don't know anything about money, but oh man, that's a supercar. We all want the supercar. We all want the cool life. We all want the nice body. But we fucking lied to ourselves and said, we could never make that happen. That's not for me. That's for the next guy. It is for you. You can drive a supercar. You can be ripped. You can be lean. You can be jacked. Women, you can be sexy. You can have a badass marriage. You can have everything you ever wanted if you're willing to work day in and day out on everything that's important to you. Your business, your relationships, your marriage, your friendships, and your body and your mindset. You do that, and you do it daily. And you do it daily for weeks and months and years. And eventually, you will become the 10.0 version of yourself. You will become the man that you admire. You will become the person that you look up to. And all of a sudden, you will become the person that others look up to. And others point to and say, man, how can I be like that guy? Guys, being a 10.0 version of your life, you wouldn't accept a mediocrity marriage or a half-assed relationship. I know guys, man, they're married, but they might as well be dead inside. I know ladies, same thing. There's no passion. There's no intimacy. It was left behind in the honeymoon stages. Guys, I was just talking to my boy, Taroom, who's filming this. Hey, guys, I was just talking to him, and I was explaining to him, motherfuckers celebrate marriages when they get married. Why are you celebrating a marriage? You haven't done shit with the significant other. Zero. Why are you partying? You don't deserve the party. You don't deserve a gift because you got married. Oh, I started the gym, give me a high five. I'm not giving you shit. You don't deserve a high five. You don't deserve anything. Do it for 6 months. Do it for a year. Do it for 2 years. Do it for 5 years. Do it for 10 years. Then we can start talking about partying. Then we can start talking about high fives. Then we can start talking about recognition. Guys, in my jiu-jitsu academy, people sign up all the time. And within months, you lose people. Within years, you lose people. Very, very rarely, maybe 5%, you keep somebody over 2 years. Because the fantasy of being a fighter, the recognition, the badass status that you get, everybody wants. But not everybody's willing to fucking put in the work day in and day out, getting smashed, getting freaking tired, getting exhausted, getting exposed. They're not. So most motherfuckers won't even step in my motherfucking gym, right? And even guys who do step in fucking different jiu-jitsu gyms, they're going there because it's nice and air conditioning. People are soft. People are easy on them. Very rarely you're ever going to find people who are going on purpose towards the hard route. Because the hard route is the only way to 10.0. There is no other way in this world to 10.0. That's why they make it so hard to be a medical doctor. They want to see delayed gratification. You got to put out for fucking 12 years before you get this job and make some real money. Before you get a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if you're coming from a legit school, it's going to take you 10, 12 years. There's no other way around it. You want to start a business. Most businesses fail within the first 2 years. Why? Because they run with a bunch of fucking motherfuckers who are 5.0 people, and after a year or two, they just give up and give in and go back to their jobs. But you work day in and day out on becoming a 10.0 person, okay? Starting a business will be easy. Maintaining a marriage will be awesome. Will be a pleasant experience and not a hard experience, a miserable experience. You won't be living with your roommate. And maybe if you marry the right person, by having the balls to tell them the fucking truth of how you feel, how many people I know are married? How many people I know are married and they're not attracted to their significant other, but they won't say anything. Hey, honey, listen, I don't want to be a dick, but you've put on a lot of weight. And yeah, I'm really happy that you brought me my son, but no offense, that was 3 years ago. Why aren't you in shape? Why aren't you the 10.0 version of yourself, wife? Why am I coming home, okay, to a freaking microwave meal? Why aren't you the 10.0 version of yourself where you're greeting me and loving me and bringing aroma into the house and making the house into a home? You see, everyone is willing to fucking settle all the time on everything that they do. Guys, I cause fights all the time with everybody. I love to cause a fight to get the feathers moving. Why? Because when you do, you wake people up. Because when people are comfortable, it kills them. I've already talked about this. Complacency kills. We never want to be complacent. If you're complacent, you'll never be a 10.0. And just to make myself clear, when you're 25, you work on being a 25-year-old 10.0. When you're 35, the 35-year-old 10.0. 45, 10.0. And so on and so on. I'm not telling you if you're 60 years old that you need to be a 40-year-old. You can be because you're not, because you're 60. But you can be a 60-year-old 10.0. Guys, being 10.0 means that you are the best version of yourself in every aspect of your life. Not addicted to any drugs, not addicted to alcohol, not sleeping in, working out, sticking to your word, being a genuine person, being a person of service. Whenever you go anywhere, a 10.0 person says, how can I be of service? A 5.0 person says, what can I get out of this? People won't ask me, I'm like, man, why are you so successful? I'm successful because all day long I give. And I give from a high place. My vibration is very high. My energy is very addictive. So when I give that, I elevate people. And when I elevate people, God and the universe pay me back. Says, Yaniv, what do you want? Well, I would like to be healthy. So they grant me health, grant me my body, grant me my family, grant me my financial freedom. You want to be 10.0, it's not because you want money, it's because you want financial freedom. Because you might have a lot of money and you don't have financial freedom, you're not a 10.0. Financial freedom means that you don't have to worry about your bills. It means you don't have to look at price tags all the time. That if there's something that you want to do, you go and do it. I'm not saying you have to drive a Lamborghini. I'm not saying that you have to live in a mansion. But I am saying that you should be fucking well off. I am saying that you should have a nice amount of money in the bank where you're not struggling every month. I am saying if you want to go out to eat dinner, you don't have to be like, oh man, I can't buy that steak because it's $50. Fuck it, buy the fucking steak. Motherfucker, you might die tomorrow. Go buy the fucking steak. 10.0 motherfucker will buy the steak. This is what I'm talking about. Become every single day the person you admire. And the only person you admire is 10.0. Period. Stop admiring basic motherfuckers. That's why people love to be fans of athletes and fans of celebrities. Why? Why do you think The Rock has freaking 50 million followers? Why do you think these different athletes have all these hundreds of millions of followers? Why? Because people want to be like them. People aspire. They're like, oh man, they're funny, they're good looking, they make money, they have nice bodies, they can play that sport really well. So they become celebrities. Well, why don't you become a celebrity? Celebrity doesn't mean, especially in today's age, doesn't mean you have to go to Hollywood. You could be a celebrity in your family, right? You think your kids respect the 3.0 version of their dad or mom? Oh man, hey dad, you're a fucking slob. Nice to see you, dad. No, they don't want any of their friends to see you. Do you know my kids, every one of their friends knows who I am. They love to bring me up. They're proud of who I am. Why? Because I'm not a slob. I take care of myself. I stick to my word. I make good money. I'm a badass motherfucker. And these are all things that weren't given to me. I wasn't born with any of it. I work day in and day out, 7 days a week to maintain my 10.0 status. So now my children are proud to be my children. Oh man, we want to be like dad one day. Oh man, look at dad and mom. They're always going out. They're always having fun. They're always celebrating life. We would like to have a 10.0 marriage. All these lame ass fucking people, this lame ass marriage, sexless marriage, empty marriage, a marriage without even a conversation. Is that a 10.0 life? Like today I posted something like, you only live once. No, wrong. You only die once. You live every day. Right? You only die once, but you do live every day. So the days that you have granted from God, however many days that is, 10 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years, it's irrelevant. We don't know when the lease ends. The amount of days that you have, do you want to live them with a low vibration, low energy, unhappy marriage, shitty body, constant doctor visits, depressed, anxious, hate looking in the mirror, hate seeing what you have, worrying about bills, having your kids embarrassed of you? Or would you like to live it at 10.0, where you shine and you're killing it and you're happy to wake up and you can't wait for Monday because Monday you get to go back to your job that you love, the career that you created yourself, to impact as many people as possible. You can't wait to come home after work because you have a loving spouse waiting for you. You can't wait to go to the gym because you love it the way it makes you feel and the way you look. You can't wait to go train jiu-jitsu, to better yourself, to put yourself in uncomfortable positions so you can level up as a human being. This is a 10.0 life, guys. This is a life I want for every one of you viewers. You might think, man, Yaniv is being hard, but I'm being hard because I care for you. I'm being hard, guys, because at this point in my life, I've reached everything. And for the next 40, 50 years, 60 years, if I'm lucky that God will grant me, I've decided to dedicate them to the world, to my community, to my family, to my friends. I've already achieved everything. So now what my gift is to you, okay, is to give you all my knowledge, all my wisdom, to share with you all my mistakes, all my downfalls, so you, my children, my students, my friends, my family, my followers can have a better life, so that you can become the 10.0 version of yourself. Guys, my No Excuses program, I help so many people, man, elevate, change their lives, bring them up mentally, physically, emotionally, get them out of their house, get them to be social again, get them to smile again. Some fucking people can't even smile anymore because they've been such a low vibration and they're such a low version of themselves. As they climb up the 0.0 ladder, their body shapes up, their mindset changes. They see the cup half full and not half empty. They wake up in the morning and they thank God for another day. When they have challenges, they don't say, why me? They say, try me. They become the people who will inspire others. And it's a beautiful thing to see. If you need help becoming the best version of yourself, if you need help leveling up the ladder and becoming the 10.0 version of yourself, DM me, text me, shoot me a message on Instagram, whatever it is, TikTok, it doesn't matter. I will get back to you. I will tell you about my program and I will help you level up. But remember, it takes work. It takes dedication. It takes commitment. And it takes a life of no excuses. And if you do so, the reward will be bigger than anything you can ever accomplish. Because self-development is the number one thing in the world. When you're in a good place, everybody wins. You're a better father, better mother, better parent, better at work, better in your business, better everywhere. And not to mention your health, your mental health, and your physical health is through the roof. So guys, I wish you guys a beautiful day. Let's go. Don't forget to like, share, comment. Love you guys. Next time I see you, I want to see a 10.0 version of yourself. USA.